Hey there, this is Debbie with Think What Works. Today I'm going to discuss with you the differences between the different database platforms. I was going to try and be creative and do a fun video and all that good stuff, but instead I just want to one-on-one with you and discuss some of the things that I have found over time and kind of just give you a general overview. Along with this video, I do have a blog post as well. So there are many databases out there, and I just can't stress enough how many there are. I have spent a lot of time reviewing them. This goes back to 2013, 2014. I ended up with the best platform out there, and that won't be plastered all over the internet for your eyes, because I actually found it my second go around. So because I've tried so many, there's many reasons about the different databases. No matter which one you choose, there are a few key points that you need to think of when you're looking at choosing. For me, it depends on your needs, your pricing of what you can afford, and what you want out of your database. There are things that you may really like about a database. Let's say you sign up, you start building it, and then lo and behold, it's not big enough, or they raise the prices, or you know, there's so many factors, or you need HIPAA compliance, or I mean there's tons of reasons why you may or may not choose certain applications. There's many out there that I liked. Like I said, the big thing for me was one, it was really cool. I thought, oh, this is really neat. It's engaging. There's a lot of cool little features, and I think it's either Kissflow or Kintone. I can't remember, because this was several years ago. But I was all excited. I had my trial, and I had this data that I needed, and I uploaded it into the platform and was trying to configure it, and lo and behold, I couldn't upload it. It was too big. I'm like, uh-oh, that's kind of a problem. When I looked at it, I could have cut some of the columns out. There was a few things I could have done, but I was kind of leery because of all the other stuff that I needed for my particular circumstances and our business. So I had to step away from that one. I was like really sad. Pricing was kind of okay. There were a lot of other things that were really cool about it, but I had to step away because the amount of data was a significant problem for me. Now I could have done a workaround. I could have left it on a spreadsheet. I could have, put it on everybody's computer. But it was important to me because of all the stuff I'd researched. I wanted everything housed in the same planet. So that had to be eliminated. So as you can see by the list here, I trialed several. This is just a few. There's some that I didn't get on this list, but I did probably look at them. A lot of times they were eliminated because the price point or customer service, or I didn't like ones that didn't have any of their pricing listed. That was kind of an automatic turnoff. Some of the others that I had looked at, they may not have been as user friendly for me. Some of them are like click and drop and drag, and others are like upload a database or an Excel sheet type build. Some of them felt easier. I am a citizen developer. I'm not a trained developer, but all of these profess that, you know, you don't have to be a computer whiz and a data engineer to build your databases. So having said that, some of them are easier for me than others, and you will see why here soon. If you're using a basic amount of data, say a contact list, customer list, if you're using inventory and you don't have, you know, a million items, then most of these will be okay. For me, mine were many lines daily. My business was kind of special. Not saying that yours isn't. And originally, my first encounter was I was an audit. I'm an audit company initially, and we needed an audit tool, and the closest out there at the time was a software built by a company that did audits, and it was great. I have no complaints. It was a little more than we needed. I didn't need to interact with insurance companies. I didn't need and didn't want patient records. That was a different application that was included in that software. So I didn't need half of what it was, and it was going to cost me $30,000. So that was far from an option for me. And that's the reason I was out looking for something that was more cost effective. Having said that, and I felt like I could, put my head together and what we needed as a team. It was just finding the right format. So storage and data was important to me. HIPAA was also important to me. Not that we had minimal information in there, but we still needed to be locked down. That was an issue and could be limiting in some of our options. So another option I looked at was Caspio, and I reviewed it again this recently, and the data makes it very pricey. The pricing is a bit high for my liking just in general, and if you needed the HIPAA and FERPA compliance, that falls under the pricing that's not listed, which kind of turns me off because I'm not that big of a company. I'm not Amazon or whatever that needs, a bunch. So not having that price option is kind of an instant turn off for me. Much of the features that I get with my current and only platform are included, and what would fall under some of the others that are in that pricing that's not listed on the website. While costs may not be an issue for you in your business, it was for me and my team. I'm not going to address MySQL or Dynamics 365. I could never warm up to MySQL. It's one of those more complex for my brain, and it just wasn't warm and fuzzy to me. And the Dynamics 365 has a hefty price tag that I wouldn't even, that would be an instant turnoff for me. So in all fairness, I'm not going to address because I've not touched and trialed that at all. So this is a general overview. If you have more particular questions and looking for more insight, please go to our website and contact us, and we can give you more information about your decision processes. But let's move on. I did look also at AppSheets, another database. Their core level pricing isn't too bad for basic features, but to go to the features that I have and even had with QuickBase that wasn't more pricey, you'd have to go to their Enterprise and Enterprise Plus, which again are not listed on their website. I looked at Zoho, and it was kind of a fun thing, but that one was hard for me to wrap my head around, and it also has several different products in it, and was a little more confusing for me, and I think the pricing is a bit high for what I was looking for. So again, it's been a few years since I've actually touched and fielded Zoho, but just looking at the website recently, it's still more not a bad thing, just not something I can wrap my head around. And that I don't think it would have changed had I looked this time. So going back 10 years ago when I first started the journey, I initially ended up, after several trials, looking at QuickBase. And initially when I looked at QuickBase, I did not like it. There was just something about it that I just didn't like it. I couldn't wrap my head around it. It was not comfortable. So I was off looking at others like, Kintone, Knack, Casp, While I was doing that, I came back to QuickBase because while it was a little rough for me, their price point wasn't outrageous. And so when I revisited QuickBase after a few months, they had done a transition. They had made some changes that it grew on me very quickly. And that was the original data platform that we used. So I built my business around and on QuickBase. And, initially it was great. The one mistake I made was I accidentally deleted some data and didn't realize that I needed protection, which cost me an additional $50 per month, which for my business was very important to me, and it didn't blow me out of the water, even though the base platform at the time was a minimum of 20 users. And I only had 10 at the time, but my business was growing, so I did bite the bullet for the interim until I got to over 20, and then pricing changed again. But for what it did QuickBase was good to me for that first period of time, for the first 3 years. However, in 2016, they did sell to a private equity firm, and things changed. First thing was customer service. Pricing became a little more frustrating. Therefore, I couldn't get, and we were going through a big transition, and I needed some things that was kind of like I needed some help, and so before I did anything, I did reach out looking for a QuickBase partner, and they looked at my needs and put a $12,000 price tag on doing the project. That was not my, I mean, for that I could have gotten the $30,000 thing for what I would have had into it, so it was not an option. And I was not, back in 2016, I was not aware of Freelance or Fiverr, so I had to dive back in and start looking. While QuickBase is a robust platform, and I think that they've kind of settled back in, let me see, I signed up to look at it here within last year, but I really didn't, because they again have gone through a change that I just was not, after what I'd gone through, I couldn't go through the review and see what changes they did do. So I backed off of QuickBase, and like I said, they haven't done anything in my mind. I didn't feel like they could crawl out of my frustration from leaving them the first time. So in 2016, I did come across Team Desk, and lo and behold, it was the best thing I could have ever done. They are the best. Their customer service is fantastic. They're very engaging with their clients. They've been wonderful. I'm not a real needy client, but when I need something, they're there for me, and they've been fantastic. One of the things, when I looked at it and became a partner with them, one of the things that I've seen commented was that they're not heavy on online. You don't, when you look up databases, Team Desk doesn't always come up, but they are very driven. They've been around since 2005, and they're never wavering. They're very engaging with their clients. They're very helpful. It's exciting to become a partner with them and be able to share my love for the platform with other businesses and help them be successful with Team Desk. One of the things I wished I had done back then is had someone that, I didn't need an IT person. I didn't need a full-time person, but looking back, I did finally find someone that does Team Desk, and they were very helpful with some of the things, because I needed to spend more time in my business and not on the database. And there were some more technical things, we built an app for outside, for my customers, and so therefore I needed a little bit more than I had to offer. and it was really handy because he's freelance, and he just did projects for me, and piecemealed, and that was a very cost-effective way. And that's why when I found out that I could do the same, and offer my expertise in helping other companies build their data, it was a win-win, because I am passionate about Team Desk and what they can do for your business. And hands down, Team Desk is the best out there. And unfortunately, searching, you wouldn't necessarily know that, but I'm here to tell you that it's true. With all the options on the market, my business has been restructured due to COVID. And as I had a dip in business, gave me time to reflect and research again. And again, Team Desk is by far the best out there. Now there's others that are, that have good qualities. Again, I looked at Team at NAC. I looked at MongoDB, and there's a couple of others out there, but hands down, best all around, best support, best receptive company, easy to use. It's very, very user friendly, and there's so many things that you can do with Team Desk, and I can't, I can't say enough. So you would have a hard time beating price, user friendly, all of the features that have been important to me. Hands down, Team Desk has been phenomenal, and you can't beat the price. And I just encourage you to check us out and see what we can do for you and your business, and teaming up with Team Desk and all of the things that it's capable of. I encourage you to contact us and look for more information, and consider that 14-day free trial. So have an awesome rest of your day, and next time I promise I'll have a more engaging video instead of this boring, here I am. So again, check out our website and give us a shout out if you have any questions. Thank you.